The USMNT have beaten Trinidad and Tobago 5-0 in their first match of their group stage in the 2025 Gold Cup. And honestly, it feels great to be like Switzerland because that's honestly what this game felt like for the USMNT. Now, we're going to break down the first half and the second half, all the good things and the bad things, which in this match, it was mostly positive, which is a nice change of scenery, nice change of direction compared to what we've seen in the last two friendlies versus Switzerland, versus Turkey. And honestly, this is what they needed. This was the rebound this team needed, even if the lineup isn't as strong as what we'd still like it to be. This is what the USMNT needed. Now, starting off in the first half, the USMNT completely dominated this match. Absolutely dominated. Had their way with Trinidad. It felt like Trinidad was an amateur team, honestly, which maybe they kind of are when you think about the talent and the quality of players that they have. But I want to say the first guy that stuck out or was playing very well in this game, the man of the match, Malik Tillman. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. Now, back to the video. Malik Tillman obviously is a very talented player. We all know what he could be. He was the PSV's best player in 2024-2025 season. He was the player of the year in the Eredivisie, a guy that we have been counting on for years to take the next step and to play as well as we know he can. And this was the best game of his USMNT career. The guy had a brace, scored his first goal of his USMNT career after 20 caps, and actually got 2 goals, like I said, because he got a brace. He looked incredible in this game. He looked in control. He was dominating. The game was going through him. And that's what you want to see. You want to see a player like Tillman start to take a positive step in the right direction, especially a year before the World Cup. You need to rely on him. He's got to be a key component for this team moving forward if they want to compete at a serious level and going forward in the World Cup. He's got to be a key cog in the machine. And he played very, very well in this match. And then my guy, Diego Luna. Diego Luna played very, very well in the first half. He had 2 assists, played on the left side. I like him more in the middle as a 10, but obviously with Tillman playing in the middle, you're going to kick him out left. He still looked really good, created some chances, was dangerous in the final third, quick, speedy, quick to react. Love Diego Luna, had some great passes, had 2 assists. And I mean, he was the second best player in this match for me. Honestly, he was very, very good. And now, as far as players that disappointed, you have to go with Patrick Ajimong. Patrick Ajimong is not a USMNT level player. He had several chances to score in this game, and he just could not contribute, or he could not finish. Couldn't finish. Dude can't finish a crossword puzzle. Okay. Now, with a guy his size, he's like 6'4". He's fast as hell. Big physical striker, not the most technical striker, but he has a lot of traits that would be dominating, especially against a team like Trinidad and Tobago. This is a game where someone of his size and speed should absolutely eat and dominate, and yet he still could not finish his chances. He's too slow to react. He's awkward with the ball, and he takes too much time to think about what he's going to do with his next step. He's just not a very instinctual player. That's the best way I can describe him. He's not a very instinctual player on top of not being technical, and he's just not USMNT quality. I feel, good dude, but he's just not it. He's just not it. And we're in the business of scoring goals. We need a guy. If we had a quality striker, which we'll talk about in the second half, about someone who did shine, who should be playing forward. If we had a quality striker up top with the service that was there today, the striker could have probably had a hat trick easily. Hell, Patrick Ajimong should have had a hat trick, but he just can't finish his opportunities. He lacks what's needed up top, and he just has no business, not just starting, not just being a bench player, but he doesn't need to be on this team. He just doesn't. He's not a USMNT quality player. Now, maybe he could get to that point one day. He's 24, 25 years old. I doubt it, but right now, for sure, he's just not it. And then Arfson, not too impressed with him. He was okay today. I mean, he wasn't challenged in the attack on the defense very much. So as much as he was against Turkey or Switzerland, but His attack, he shoots the craziest shots. He gives you nothing in the attack. He's pacey, but he just gives you nothing in the attack. And then Freeman had a couple crosses that were just absolutely terrible. I was thinking, who the hell is he throwing? Who's he passing it to? Who is he passing it to? Was disappointed in Freeman. Both fullbacks, Ream and Richards, really weren't tested. And like I said, the fullbacks really weren't tested either. But I'm talking about when they were running down the flanks, they really didn't give you much in the attack either. Was not impressed with either of those guys. I do want to give Jack McGlynn a shout. I did think Jack McGlynn looked pretty good in the first half. He had a beautiful pass to Luna. It's like a 40-yard pass. It was just absolute dime. He looked pacey. He was creating chances. He looked pretty good. He had an assist in this game. I think he looked really good in this match. Jack McGlynn probably should start the rest of the Gold Cup. He looked really, really good. Luca De La Torre and Sebastian Berhalter really weren't tested either. I think Luca De La Torre was more noticeable, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. He didn't really create or make any mistakes in this match. But Sebastian Berhalter was just okay, nothing crazy. But for the most part, the whole entire starting 11 was good outside of Arvson's crazy shots, Patrick Ajimong not being able to finish. I would say that the entire and the fullbacks, the fullbacks in general, just were not able to finish their crosses or actually set anything up. But Patrick Ajimong by far was the worst player in the first half for me for the USMNT. And it ended at 3-0 in the first half. Now, moving on to the second half, it was very lackluster. Same starting 11 for the first, 60, 65 minutes of the match. And they started making subs. And it kind of was just like they were gassed. They were just kind of on cruise control. They really didn't have their foot on the gas trying to score more on Trinidad and Tobago. But then they made a couple subs. They brought in Paxton Aronson, who looked okay. Not a big Paxton Aronson guy, but he looked okay. Now, some people say it's because of who he was playing against. That the team Trinidad was worn out at this time and he had fresh legs. But he was able to get a goal, and he looked pretty good when he came on for Diego Luna. I still would start Diego Luna over him, but he looked pretty good. Then my guy comes on for Patrick Ajimong, my guy Haji Wright. Haji Wright scores the first couple minutes he's in the game. Haji Wright is by far the best option we have up top at this point. If we want to have any chance of winning the Gold Cup this summer, I think we're going to get out of our group stage because we're just dismantled Trinidad. We got to win one more game. We'll be out of the group stage. But after what we saw from Patrick Ajimong not being able to finish any of his chances in this match, none, zero, Haji Wright has got to be the starting striker going forward in this Gold Cup. He's the only one who gives you the quality, the pace, the finishing. He is the only one who can do that. It's on this roster up top. I trust Haji Wright. I think he can score goals for us. Haji Wright's my third striker in a full strength USMNT squad. Haji Wright's my third striker. I take him over Josh Sargent. I take him over Brian White. I take him over Patrick Ajimong. He's only behind Ballo and Pepe. Haji Wright's got to be the striker going forward. Scores first few minutes he's in the game. Has to play. Has to be the guy. Has to be. He has got to be the striker going forward. If we want to have any chance of beating Mexico, if we want to have any chance of beating Canada, he has got to be the guy. And also, too, I want to say, I thought Matt Freese played very well. I'm going to be curious to see if Matt Freese is going to be the starting goalkeeper going forward. I think Matt Freese has looked better in the 2 games he's played than the 1 game that Matt Turner played. Matt Turner started against Switzerland. Now, Matt Turner obviously didn't have as good of a starting 11 as Matt Freese did, but Matt Freese has been more consistent in goal, hasn't given up any bad mistakes. I think that Matt Freese should be starting over Matt Turner at this point, especially because Matt Freese is actually in form. He's been playing games for his club. Matt Turner has not. This was the rebound game the USMNT desperately, desperately needed. They needed this game bad. They needed some confidence. They just lost to Switzerland 4-0 last game. They lost to Turkey 2-1. This was a game they desperately needed to get some confidence built. This is the first game that Pochettino has won in a long time. He was like on a 4 or 5 game losing streak. This is the first game he has won in a very long time for the USMNT. And this is the confidence they needed to play their next match, which is going to be the hardest team that they have to play in their group, which is Saudi Arabia, in a couple days, like 4 days. And this team we saw today could beat Saudi Arabia if they have they make the right adjustments getting Haji right up top. I think that they will be able to beat Saudi Arabia and make it to the final. But this is an encouraging win for the USMNT. I feel a lot better now than I did a couple days ago. I wonder how you guys feel after this win against Trinidad and Tobago. How would you rate this performance by Pochettino, by Tillman, by Luna, all the players? Let me know in the comment section down below. It feels good to get a win for the red, white, and blue. It feels very good. And hopefully to God, we can make it to the final. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that little bell notification so you never miss a video. Until next time, guys, I will see you all soon.